Hello, my friends. Welcome to our midday practice on a Tuesday. This is Annie from Eat Move Milwaukee, welcoming you to our slow flow this Tuesday. We have a new practice for you, and as usual, I will add some core work for you. And we'll breathe through our pranayama and move into some different postures to get you going today, whether you're recharging midday through your workday or just getting going, or whatever, if you just want to try something a little different today. So we'll start on our backs. If you have blocks, you may want to stack them under the head and the upper back. So if you haven't tried this supported fish pose ever, it's one of my favorites, even just for lying down at the end of a day for a meditation. It helps to open that heart. Maybe it activates that heart chakra if you are looking for that today. It can also start to stretch the chest. We bring our head to that block, finding a firm grounding on something and aligning, aligning ourselves. So there are different ways you can set up here. If you prefer to pull the block out from under the back and just have one under the head, you may do so. If you want to bring them both to the same level, you might feel a bit more throat opening here. You could even bring that block under the back higher and really open that throat chakra where we speak our truth, create good vibrations there. So you decide, different options. Or if you don't have any blocks or a bolster, just simply rest yourself on your mat. Spread out those shoulder blades. Let those arms drop open. Just check our sound. All the way up. Start to feel that earth supporting you. And feel yourself releasing to gravity. Dropping deeper and deeper into your mat or into your blocks. Imagine just releasing. Take a scan from head to toe, noticing where you might be holding some tension. And as you notice, whether it's in the jaw, the shoulders, chest, hips, as you notice that tension, take a breath in, and as you exhale, let it melt into the earth or into whatever is supporting you. Allow an audible exhalation if that feels right. Just let it go. Notice your breath. Follow that breath all the way up to the crown of the head on an inhale. Pausing at the top. And then follow that breath to the base of the spine. Pausing there before it turns into the next round of breath. I invite you to set an intention for this practice. What could you use right now as your focus? Take one more round of breath, sealing in that intention. And you can stay here on these blocks for our first pranayama or remove them now if that would feel good. I invite you to bring one hand to the belly and the other hand gently to either the ribs or the chest. As you inhale, fill the lungs. Watch that belly rise. Feel the belly rise. Feel the rib cage expand. And feel that chest go up. Exhale, the belly lowers. Press the air out, the rib cage closes. And that chest goes down. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, ribs, chest. Keep it moving in this 3-part complete breath. Take one more round of this 3-part breath. And slowly begin to remove those blocks if you're using them. Bringing yourself slowly back down to the mat. Take a full body stretch. Big breath in. Exhale, scoop up those knees. Bring the chin to the knees. My apologies. Stretch out again on an in-breath. And exhale, bring those knees in. Keep that moving from that star to ball shape in your own time. You might even expand. I mentioned star, I didn't indicate there. We can stretch our arms and legs to 4 corners and curl up. So as you expand the lungs, where's my wind here? Expand the body. As you contract the lungs, contract the body. Take one more round, expanding and contracting. And then we'll plant those feet on the earth, starting to move into our spinal warm-up here. Stretch the arms back overhead, big breath in. Exhale, reach down to that left heel. Inhale back to center. And exhale, reach down for that right heel. Back to center again, inhale. And exhale, release. And back up. And exhale. Take it back up to the sky, big breath in. And exhale, bring those hands down by your sides. We'll take some pelvic tilts here. Next inhale, raise that lower back off the earth. Exhale, release, press it down. Inhale, lift again. And exhale, release. Take one more breath in. And then lower. Inhale, full body stretch once more. Exhale, hug those knees in. Inhale, release the head and shoulders. Exhale, take those knees over to the left. Both arms or one arm could go over to the right. Wrap that right shoulder down. Keep breathing here in this twist. With each exhale, draw those knees farther down. Next inhale, bring hands to cradle the base of the skull. Exhale, lift up into an oblique crunch. Inhale down, exhale up. Moving slowly through these side abdominal crunches. Try to keep the neck straight, just lifting up through the chest. One more. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, bring knees together. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Take a few rounds of breath there, just twisting. Wrapping that left shoulder down on each exhale, drawing knees closer. Inhale, hands behind the head. Exhale, lift up, find that crunch on this side. One more round. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze knees together. Inhale back to center. And exhale those those legs, those heels up to the sky. Arms are out in a T. And you can just start to gently press and release those legs, stretching out the hamstrings, the quadriceps. Maybe you point and flex those feet, working around through the ankles. Next, inhale, press through those heels, and exhale, slowly bring those legs down. Press the lower back into the mat. You could bring hands by your sides. Take your time. One more full body stretch. Inhale. And exhale, hug those knees. And we'll bring ourselves onto our sides. Press up to a seated position. Thank you for your patience. The wind is blowing a block to my camera here, so I thank you. We find a seated position, bringing hands to the knees. Find a tall spine. Inhale. Exhale, root through those sit bones. Next, pranayama. Inhale, lean forward, holding onto those knees. Breath in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, hold your breath in this arched back, heart forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hollow out. Breath goes out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold here with the breath out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lean forward. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. 3, 2, 1. And stay there with the breath out. 3, 2, 1. Take 2 more rounds at your own pace. The seated cat-cow square breath. And when you're finished, we'll just begin to fold those knees together. Drop them down to one side. Make your way onto your hands and knees. And once you arrive with those wrists, elbows, and shoulders stacked, hips over knees, sway those hips back and forth. Draw that navel up to the spine, but then release the back to neutral. Make sure those hips are over the knees. We walk those hands out overhead for puppy pose. So if you reach those fingers all the way out, it's a big stretch for those shoulders, the deltoids. Melt the heart down, stretch the upper back, stretch the abdominals. If that becomes too much for the shoulders, you can rest those forearms down, taking a little bit of pressure off those shoulders, but still getting a good stretch there. And then stretching all the way down the back. Exhale, melt the heart into the earth. Next breath in. Take those arms back up. Let them land in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Reach those hips high. Pedal out those feet in downward facing dog. Following your breath. Press through the heels. And then we'll walk those heels up about another foot in front of where they were. Width of the mat with those feet. In your next breath, lift that right arm, and we can float it to the side. You might take some circles through that shoulder, both directions, like you're painting the mat there. And then place that hand back down. And then inhale and move with the breath as you circle through that left arm, bringing equal weight into both feet, keeping that right arm straight. Bring that hand back down. Feet move into the middle of the mat, and we start to take a walk up to the top. Allow yourself to hang here in a forward fold, just swaying back and forth, shaking it out. Lean forward, and then roll up bone by bone, restacking those bones in the back. And as you start to come up, let that belly really draw you up. Rotate through the shoulders, arms raise up to the sky. Inhale and exhale, hands down to heart center. Pause here in mountain pose, finding alignment from the feet, moving up. Breathe. You could soften the knees. Draw the quadriceps up to the hips. Tuck the tailbone. Bring the navel into the spine. Spread out the collarbone, bring those arms to your sides. Chin is parallel to the earth. Drop those shoulders away from the ears, and you might close your eyes. Breathe. Finding that Ujjayi breath, our next pranayama. In and out through the nose. As we exhale, we slightly constrict the throat, letting that breath pass over the throat in an audible exhalation. Think about steaming up a little mirror at the back of the throat. Try it here. One more round of this Ujjayi breath. And then we float those arms down to our sides, moving into a balanced posture today. Thanks again for your patience. Hopefully this isn't blocking. We're going to move into our majorette pose, as I call it. I'm going to step back here off the mat. Bringing that right foot down, rooting through that triangle that's on the bottom of the foot, and starting to bring this left set of toes to the earth. Hands can start at the hips, or if you want them at heart center, you can choose that too. Eventually start to lift that knee up. And maybe you bring those arms up too. You could also take some sort of a mudra here, whatever your space allows. My ceiling isn't tall enough, so I'm going to grab opposite elbows, but still allow myself to press into the arch of that base foot and draw the top of my head up, but then release those shoulders away from the ears. Draw the navel into the spine, breathe. Find a steady gazing point. One more breath in, lift up. Exhale, release those hands, take them out straight. Take another breath in, raise that knee, and exhale, you might bring it out to the side, keeping that angle, or you certainly could bring that leg down. You might hold on to it with your hand. So creating this counterbalance here with our right arm out to the side, left leg out to the side, press into the arch of that base foot. Feel the engagement of the glute and both legs. One more breath in, and then bring this knee back to center and all the way down. Shake out those legs. Notice your breath. Maybe you come back to your intention. Just take your time here. Moving to the other foot. So we root that left foot into the earth. Hands can start at the hips. We inhale that knee up. And then you can take those arms up as well, deciding where they will go. Find length in the spine, pressing through the arch of that base foot. Lift the crown of the head up. Relax shoulders away from the ears. Steady gazing point. Keep pressing into that base foot. One more breath in. Exhale, release those arms. Inhale again, slightly draw that knee up. And exhale, we bring it out to the side. Keep pressing into that base foot. Again, you could hold on to that knee, finding strength in the glute, stretching out the adductor muscle, strength in that left hip and leg. Breathe. One more breath in, and slowly release. You can take that knee back forward and all the way down and shake out those legs. Notice how that feels for the glutes, the hips, the legs. How does your core feel? We'll move into more core work here, staying here in the standing position. And that movement that we just did in balance perhaps got our legs and our hip joints ready. So we're going to bring hands behind the head. Take an inhale, stand tall. And exhale, take that right elbow to left knee. Inhale down. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. And inhale down. And back and forth. So it's opposite elbow to the knee, and then same side out to the side. So we cross, and then we get those side abdominals. Stay with your breath. Inhale as you stand tall. Exhale as you crunch. Take your time. It's balance and core work. One more set here, or finish the one that you're on. And slowly release those arms. Just mindfully bring them down. Shake out the legs. Just notice how that feels. You might even place that heel forward, starting on the right foot. Take a breath in here as that foot is flexed. And exhale, we roll to point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. So we inhale, flex, retracting that or contracting that quadricep. Exhale, stretching out that calf, strengthening the calf. One more. And all the way back down. Inhale, arms behind the head. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more here, or finish this side that you're on. And slowly release those arms. Mindfully let those hands float down when they get about halfway, and send those palms down. And we'll stretch out that other leg. Inhale as you bring this muscle up to the hip. Exhale, point. Strengthening that calf. Inhale, quadricep. Exhale, calf. Really stay with that breath. Last one here. And release. Let's step back to the top of the mat. Planting those feet right under the hips. Inhale, bring the arms up. Take a little back bend at the top. Exhale, fold straight down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Plant those hands. Step back through your version of plank. We'll take some core work here. So first, if you're in that high plank, press those heels back. Press the floor away, whether you're taking forearms or high plank on those hands. Breath in, and then exhale, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. And back. Stay with your breath, slowly moving through what I call Spider-Man crunches. Exhale as that knee touches elbow. Take a big breath in, press the floor away, and then slowly lower down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, release. And then bring those hips back to the heels and find your child's pose. Still working on keeping this door open. We have this beautiful wind today. Find that child's pose. Notice your breath. Lengthen the spine. Stretch those arms out overhead. Reach that tailbone back. One more breath in. Stretch the head forward. And exhale, release that tailbone down. Move back to that tabletop, hands in front of the shoulders. Send hips high to downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up. Stretch it up. Exhale, crunch it into the chest. Inhale up again. Exhale, this time move forward to a low lunge. Planting that foot. Knee is over the ankle. Drop that back knee. See if you can get that back knee behind the hip, creating a big stretch through the quadricep and the hip flexor. Sink into that front knee a little bit more. Shifting right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, we bring those arms up. And exhale, as we cactus the arms, turn towards the side with the knee that's in front. Inhale up again. Exhale, turn towards the other side. Slowly with your breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale to that first side. Inhale back up. Exhale to the other side. Let's take one more round. Stay with your breath. Ujjayi breath. Inhale up, float those arms down, and then we'll tuck the toes on that left foot. When you're ready, we send that right leg high again. Bend the knee, this time open up the hip and make some big, beautiful circles there, drawing on the side wall with that knee. Inhale that leg up again, equal weight through hands, and we plant that right knee towards the right wrist in pigeon pose. So my blocks are now being used as a doorstop. But you could put a block underneath that hip. You could have a block resting in front of you for your hands, so if you want to make this more of a back bend. Or you could bring yourself down to forearms. I encourage you to keep a long neck here, so I can't look at my neck without it bending. So I'm imagining that it's straight-ish here. If it helps to have a block to support that head, take that. You could also creep down to a flatter position here in pigeon. If this does not feel good to you, feel free to roll onto your back, creating more of a figure 4 shape. Crossing right foot over left leg. Breathe. Inhale back up. Plant those hands, tuck the toes on the left foot. And then send that right leg back to the sky. And all the way into downward facing dog and pedal it out. Press back through those heels. They don't have to touch the earth, but maybe they come close. And then when you're ready, inhale that left leg up. Exhale, crunch it forward. Inhale up again. Exhale, move it into that low lunge. Knees over ankles, stretch that other leg back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, turn towards that side with the knee in front. Inhale, back to the top. Exhale, other side. Take 2 more rounds with the breath. And all the way back down to frame that front foot. We'll tuck the toes on the right foot. Inhale that left leg up to the sky, stretch it up. And then we bend at the knee, open that hip, and make some beautiful circles there through that hip. Keep the breath moving. Next inhalation, send that left leg high. Exhale, bring it through to pigeon on this side. Again, maybe the side is different and you want to move to the back. Stretch that right leg back. Putting the the top of the foot flat on the earth. Place a block under that left hip if that would help to buffer that space between the hip and the floor. And then decide if you want to get a back bend, walking up to the hands or a block. Or do you want to walk down to those forearms, resting head on a block to keep a neutral neck? Or maybe you creep down all the way to the earth. Keep your breath moving, breathe into any tension that you're feeling. One more breath in. And start to walk back up to the hands. Tuck the toes on the right foot. Inhale, left leg up. And all the way down, walk it out in downward facing dog. And we'll start to take a walk up to the top of the mat. Find a forward fold. You can sway back and forth. You can shake it out, shake the head yes and no. And then heel toe those feet to the edges of the mat. If you wish, you could join me in a yogi squat. Otherwise, make your way straight down to your bottom, or you could find a goddess squat, which is more upright. Yogi squat, we would drop those hips all the way down, opening the knees. So from here, wherever you are, pressing those knees open with the elbows, try to spread those collarbones and then lift up and out of the hips. So we're not crunching over like this. Lift up out of those hips, grow really tall. And you might find a slight gentle sway here back and forth, getting into those hips and ankles a little bit. Option to bring fist to palm to deepen that hip opener. You could even bring fist to go deeper. Keep lifting up out of those hips and breathe. One more breath in. Slowly release. Maybe you challenge yourself to bring the bottom down without the hands. Remove that flesh from under the sit bones. Settle in. Let's take a big breath in. Lift up out of the hips again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the head forward. And exhale, release. One more time, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, make your way to reaching for the backs of the knees and draw those knees wide. Soles of the feet together. And we rock back and forth. Inhale, up. Stretch through that spine. Exhale, fold. Excuse me. Take a couple more rounds, deepening this stretch. Next inhale brings us back up. And then exhale, gently make your way down to your back. When you arrive, bring those arms overhead, letting the elbows mimic the shape of the knees. Let them melt down. And then inhale, stretch those arms overhead. Exhale, float them down, just hovering over the pelvis. Take a breath in as we lay flat. And then exhale, lift up the chest, finding a lower abdominal crunch here with those knees wide. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come up. You may recognize this as our rope pulls. If you prefer that visual, take it. Take two more. And slowly release. Bringing those arms back overhead if that would feel good. Spreading out those shoulder blades, dropping those knees a little bit more. And find our last pranayama, equal breath. Steady inhalation for the same count as that steady exhalation. Take one more round of this equal breath. And float those arms to the sides. One more breath in. Exhale, draw that left knee over to the right. Inhale, open those knees. Exhale, right knee to left. Inhale, open again. If there are any other postures, movements, or stretches that you would like to complete your practice, please find them now. And then when you're ready, stretch into your final relaxation in Shavasana, releasing any other tension that you might find in your body. begin to bring yourself back to your space. Wiggle your fingers and toes, take a full body stretch. You might curl up and eventually make your way to one side of your mat. Take a breath there. And when you're ready, press up to a seated position, bringing your hands to heart center. Finding a sense of gratitude for making this space and time today. No matter where you are on your journey, I thank you for pausing to share this practice with me. The light, love, and peace in me recognizes and honors the light, love, and peace in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming to your mats. Again, I hope that that wasn't too much of a distraction in the beginning when my screen got blocked there with the door and the wind, but I thank you for your patience, and we will try to take care of that. All right, peace to you. I'll see you Thursday morning. Namaste.